I'm Win, and a year ago, I became non-binary. Yes, I know that's a weird sentence. I don't mean I realized I was non-binary. I mean I became non-binary, which is not how most non-binary people experience things. But DID makes gender a little weird and a little complicated, and I'm going to walk you through my journey. In our update video a few months ago, Kim talked about how she and Jonathan had experienced a fusion together. That she was kind of sad and angry all the time, and Jonathan was a ball of happiness. He fused with her so she could have a better handle on her emotions, but what we're starting to realize is that with our system, fusions really don't go one-to-one. We all kind of change a little bit when a fusion occurs, and it's kind of a roll of the dice of who gets what personality trait. We've also learned that when an alter fuses, the amount of time that they have existed as themselves seems to directly correlate to the amount that the rest of us change when they fuse. We had an alter for a while named Lido. He was created very shortly before we started this channel, and he fused with Kim pretty closely to when we started taking our hiatus. Kim didn't change much. She was a little bit happier, but it wasn't like she was a very new version of Kim. She was just a little bit more smiley sometimes. Jonathan, however, has existed for as long as we have memory. Myself, Win, and Jonathan were kind of like the two OGs of the system. And so if the longer an alter has existed as themselves means that they have a higher saturation when it comes to their ability to affect the rest of us, Jonathan changed Kim and I a lot. Kim had to rediscover the outside world. Jonathan was mostly an inside helper, delegated to managing memories and handing them out during therapy so we could process them in a safe way. When he fused with Kim explored the outside world as if she had never seen it before. She got really excited when she saw birds fly by, like, oh my god, birds, that's the most magical thing I've ever experienced. Eventually things did settle and we have the Kim that we remember back, but this is a Kim who's far more emotionally mature and more in control of her emotions and her emotional expression than she was previous to the fusion. I can't say any of the other alters in the system changed drastically, except for myself. I didn't realize that I'd gotten anything from Jonathan right away. All I knew is that about that time, like within a month, I started to realize that she, her pronouns didn't quite make me feel comfortable anymore. And this was confusing because I, up until this point, had always been like absolutely a cis female. I didn't quite know what to do with this like idea of gender, so I kind of just stuffed it down a little bit. There were a number of reasons that I thought that this was maybe just like a weird temporary thing. Maybe I'm just like experimenting a little. Firstly, I had never had a problem identifying with she, her pronouns. And secondly, I still liked traditionally girly things. I like wearing makeup. I like the color pink. Obviously. I like cute clothes and stuffed animals and all these things. Like, that didn't change. My likes and dislikes didn't change. So how could my gender change? How could I be trans if I was okay presenting feminine in an AFAB body? Weirdly, an awakening for me was the third generation Frankie Stein from Monster High. Frankie Stein is assumably mostly AFAB body. They are a Frankenstein's monster after all, so who knows. But they present very feminine with long hair and girly clothes, but they're non-binary. And they use they, them pronouns. When I was watching this cartoon, I was like, wait, what? That's allowed? But I still really wasn't ready to fully accept my non-binary identity. If this occurred because of a fusion, this very brand new thing, maybe it was just temporary. Maybe if I had a split or a fusion later on, it would go away. So any work that I had put into socially transitioning would be void, and suddenly I would just be like a trans trender. My period of identity would be completely invalid, and I would be embarrassed for even bringing it up in the first place. This fear was pretty intensely consuming for a while, and I talked about it in therapy. My therapist heard my concern and goes, "What? So gender's not allowed to be fluid now?" She's pretty great. We also did experience a split. Blitz split off, and he's male, and my identity hasn't changed. I don't know if this is a forever thing, because one of the unavoidable truths of DID is that change is inevitable. We will experience fusions and we will experience splits, and that's going to divide our traits in different ways. So I can't sit here and confidently say I am non-binary forever and ever. But for the past year, I have been. Through a lot of life changes and system changes, I have been. And right now, I am. And I wanted to share that with all of you. So hi, I'm Win, they, them. This is just a little mini update video. I'm still working on our next video essay, which is going to be covering the crowded room. And I want to thank all of our patrons who make little videos like this and big videos like that possible. An extra big thank you to Sarah Beers, Sarah Goley, and Will Mitchell. If you'd like to join our Patreon and support our mission to spread awareness about DID, a link to our Patreon is in the description below. By joining, you'll get to do things like vote on topics for us to cover, hang out on our Discord, and even join a monthly Zoom call with us and other members of the community. Thanks again to everybody for supporting us, for watching us, and remember, you are loved, you are valuable, and you are valid. Bye!